Welcome back to Ninja of the Seas. Today's topic is more like a what-if situation of One Piece. But the only concern is, this is far more hard-hitting than anything else we have covered. So, without any further ado, let's start. Be prepared. GolDRoger, also known as the Pirate King, was the legendary captain of the Roger Pirates and the only man in history known to have reached the end of the Grand Line and discovered the mysterious treasure known as the One Piece. Renowned for his unmatched strength, fearless spirit, and contagious laughter, Roger's legacy sparked the great pirate era after his execution, inspiring countless pirates to set sail in search of the One Piece. His will, known as the Will of D, continues to shape the world long after his death. Let's imagine a world where the King of the Pirates, also known as GolDRoger, never turned himself in to the Marines. I've created 3 plausible scenarios that could unfold from this major shift. Be sure to stick around for the final one. It's absolutely wild. In the first scenario, Roger, knowing he's suffering from a terminal illness and that his time is limited, chooses not to surrender to the Marines. Instead, he opts to retire from piracy and enjoy his remaining days surrounded by loved ones. Roger disbands his pirate crew and reunites with his wife, 𝐼𝐸. Together, they decide to cherish life peacefully until Roger's end arrives. Now, what happens to the One Piece? Roger still hides it, but instead of concealing it on a remote island, he keeps it somewhere close to himself, ensuring that no one can access it while he's still alive. Time marches on. Ace was born on a safe island, and as he grows up, he becomes inspired by his father's legacy. He wants to follow in his footsteps and become a great pirate. Unlike the original timeline, however, Ace's identity is not kept secret. The world government and other pirates soon label him the Prince of the Pirates due to his lineage. He is the son of the most notorious pirate in history. As a result, Ace receives a massive bounty at a young age, much like Nico Robin did, and the government aims to use him as bait to capture and execute Roger. In this timeline, Shanks becomes something of an older brother figure to Ace. He even gifts him the gum fruit. Ace consumes the legendary devil fruit and becomes the rubber boy. Over time, Roger's health deteriorates, and he eventually bestows the title of Pirate King upon his son before passing away. At 17, Ace sets off on his journey to complete his father's dream. With Silver's Rayleigh now a member of his new crew and the original Roger ship in his possession, Ace is a young pirate king carrying the One Piece. Along the way, he may recruit both new faces and veterans from Roger's former crew. In this version of events, Ace defeats Blackbeard. He now has a formidable crew and has been trained by legendary pirates since childhood. The government offers Ace the title of Warlord in an attempt to curb rising pirate conflicts. However, Ace declines. He is already the Pirate King and refuses to reduce his status by aligning with the Marines. Does Ace ever meet Luffy? Yes. Garp, while Luffy is still very young, convinces him to join the Marines and aim to become Fleet Admiral. Luffy climbs the ranks and becomes a Marine captain by 19. Ace, now 21 and a formidable pirate king like his father, finds himself in opposition to his brother. Ace and Luffy are now enemies, mirroring the relationship Roger had with Garp. But Ace's adversaries extend beyond Luffy. His biggest rivals are the Worst Generation and the Yonkos. The world is now overrun with bloodshed and lawlessness. To put an end to the chaos, there's a strong possibility that Ace and Luffy might team up, just like Roger and Garp did to take down 𝐸𝐵𝐸 and his deadly crew. And now for the second scenario. This one's even more compelling. Let's assume Roger never fell ill, stayed healthy, and never surrendered to the world government. He chooses early retirement and hides the One Piece in the same place it's located in the original story. Meanwhile, Garp, recognizing Roger's good nature, entrusts Luffy to him and asks him to raise the child alongside Ace. Since Roger is no longer active as a pirate, Garp believes he can handle this responsibility. Ace and Luffy grow up together in this world, just as they did originally, but this time, there's no 𝐸𝐫𝐸 and no 𝐷𝐸𝐷𝐻𝑖n. Luffy eats the gum fruit as he did in the main timeline, and both boys go on their respective journeys. Blackbeard defeats Ace and turns him over to the Marines. The execution is now set to witness the fall of both the Pirate King and Whitebeard. Ace, despite Roger being alive, is still a member of Whitebeard's crew and thus recognized as his son. Marineford begins. Luffy and the Whitebeard pirates make every effort to rescue Ace. Whitebeard still sacrifices his life in this version. During the escape, Akainu taunts Ace. Unable to keep his cool, Ace fights back. This time, thanks to his training from Roger, Ace puts up a strong fight, but unfortunately, he's still not on par with an admiral. Akainu shifts his focus toward Luffy. Ace jumps in to protect his brother, and once again, he meets the same fate, becoming a donut. Hearts shatter once more. But this time, the outcome changes. Shanks does not come to Marineford alone. GolDRoger himself arrives. Seeing his son dead sends Roger into a furious state that no one can restrain. Garp, who had restrained himself the entire time, also reaches his breaking point. Garp had wanted to confront Akainu earlier, but Sengoku stopped him. Now he can't hold back. Shanks and Garp go after the admirals. Garp lands a devastating blow to Akainu's chest, turning him into a mega donut. Shanks takes on Kizaru, a perfect match. Together, they reduce Marineford to rubble in vengeance for Ace's death. The government is annihilated. And now we arrive at the third scenario. In this version, Shanks, the strongest Yonko, stands by Ace from the beginning, supporting him in his quest to become the next Pirate King. With Shanks in his crew, Ace has a massive advantage. Other pirates would think twice, no, 100 times, before challenging them. Let's assume Roger is still in perfect health and his crew is still active. He assigns Shanks to Ace's crew with one goal: guide him to become a brave and worthy pirate. Ace's crew would now include some serious heavy hitters like Yasopp, Lucky Roo, Ben Beckman, and Shanks himself. Their mission: to make Ace the next Pirate King. So how does Ace get captured by the Marines this time? Despite the overwhelming support, Ace has a habit of going solo to face his rivals. He heads to Wano to defeat Kid alone. There, he fights Yamato and eventually befriends her. They bond, and Ace promises to return to Wano with his crew to free her and others who suffer under Kaido's rule. Later, Ace encounters Blackbeard one-on-one and loses again, leading to his capture and execution. This time, Roger's crew and Shanks can't reach Marineford quickly because Kaido blocks their path. But they manage to stop him and arrive just in time for the execution. Roger, still healthy and powerful, takes down all the admirals on his own. Garp, loyal to Roger, has never been fully aligned with the Marines in this version. When Akainu tries to strike Ace with his lava fist, Roger intercepts the attack. Akainu fails to pierce Roger's chest. His haki is stronger, but the damage is immense. Then Garp arrives, unleashing his full power and turning Akainu into a donut. Garp officially becomes a pirate by siding with Roger. The Marines are now defunct. With no force to protect the celestial dragons, Roger claims dominion over everything. He is no longer just king of the pirates, he becomes king of the world. Now those were the three alternate scenarios had Roger not surrendered to the Marines. But here's a bonus theory that's bound to intrigue you. What if Luffy and Ace both became pirates, but weren't raised as brothers? Would their dynamic resemble the alliance between Luffy and Law, or the rivalry between Luffy and Doflamingo? Inevitably, one would need to defeat the other. So, who would be stronger at their peak? They'd likely end up like Whitebeard and GolDRoger, two legends with distinct crews. But the one destined to inherit Roger's will is undoubtedly Luffy. With his indomitable willpower, he has a greater chance of becoming Pirate King. His ideology mirrors Roger's in many ways. As for Ace, he wouldn't be as suitable for the title. He doesn't share the same mindset as Roger. Plus, Ace's anger issues and loneliness would push him to seek a family, much like Whitebeard's approach. In the end, both Luffy and Ace would surpass the previous generation of pirates and inspire the next. Luffy would have the edge in finding the One Piece. He has the best navigator in the world, and Robin, who can read poneglyphs. The Straw Hats would end up with the highest bounties in history. There's no doubt in my mind that Luffy would bring peace to every island and eliminate bad pirates across the seas. As long as he's alive, no one would dare spread violence. The world would overflow with joy and compassion. This bonus theory doesn't fall under the initial three scenarios, so we're treating it separately. Coming back to GolDRoger, he would be so fit and powerful that he could witness 3 entire generations. It would be up to him whether he wanted to mentor the next era or just relax with his family and friends. So, what do you think? Could Roger really lead the entire world to peace on his own? Should we create a new video exploring what might happen if Roger took control of both land and sea? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more epic content like this. See you on the next one.